Asmongold has experienced tremendous success for a incompetent shithead who doesn't really know too much, okay? He is the success story. There's a reason why a lot of people love him and praise him like he is their god, because they're also the sweaty, unwashed losers who still sit at home in their parents' house and just spend most of their time after sucking the man's dick on a daily basis. They come home, they crack open a can of fucking Budweiser beer, and they watch Asmongold talk shit about migrants. It is coming from a place of unimaginable insecurity. The notion that your life is fucking dog shit and you have nothing to look forward to, but at least there's a guy out there who resembles your most awful qualities who's actually succeeding. You know what? Before we look at the vandalism that's taking place in like different Somali childcare facilities, let's take a look at what Asmongold's commentary looks like, given that he's one of the largest content creators on this platform and also happens to be covering this issue extensively.
Tell you something. This low income, ignorant, delusional, brain dead, third world importation of all of these illiterate people that can't speak English, that have no fucking...
I'm going to say it. Every single Somali person that Nick Shirley encountered is infinitely more intelligent than Nick Shirley. And not just Nick Shirley, but anyone who was duped by Nick Shirley's video. Straight up. Asmongold included.
skills, live off the government, and are effectively parasites on the United States of America is a class war. All the comments saying you're a Nazi? Guys, this is just like Adolf Hitler.
He is and remains a complete parasite, a scrounger, like a harmful bacteria always spreading further. His presence produces the effect of...
Yeah, these guys also they love doing this thing where it's like, you're calling me a Nazi because I'm basically saying the exact same things that Adolf Hitler said about marginalized groups. Well, guess what? We've destigmatized Adolf Hitler. It's like, I don't think we have, actually. I don't think we have. I mean, I know you're trying to do it, but we clearly haven't. And that's precisely the reason why you go back and forth on saying Nick Fuentes is based, but then also simultaneously getting offended whenever people call you a fucking Nazi. Okay? He's decided, I guess the next pivot here is to say, oh, actually, calling someone a Nazi is not going to be, not going to have the same strength anymore. It'll come back. Don't worry. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll have the same strength again.
A parasitic plant. Wherever he settles, the people who welcome him will be wiped out eventually.
Because these fucking parasites have come in from other countries. They're stealing our money.
Parasites? How does it even make... What? They're parasites because they take a job? That's a...
Yes, of course they are. What is a parasite? A parasite attaches itself to a host country. Stay with me here.
Let him fight. Let him fight. No. It's good. I'm glad that Destiny took time out of his busy day fucking yelling at the left to finally wake up to the nightmare scenario. Mr. Supposed Liberal is finally fucking waking up to the reality of the monster that he also played a formative role in the creation of. Okay? Remember, his podcast co-host is directly fucking aligned. Dan Stalkman, because they have a unique enemy, a common shared enemy, and a common shared hatred for this guy here. These guys have been fucking collaborating behind the scenes for the last 2 years in every single deplatforming initiative. Okay? So Mr. Liberal finally fucking woke up to the reality that there is a person who is doing unlimited Nazi propaganda on a daily fucking basis. Jesus Christ.
It attaches itself to a host, and then it extracts nutrients, resources, and life force out of that for itself.
The effect of his existence resembles also that of parasites. Where he appears, the host people die out sooner or later.
Oh... It is fucking insane that a guy who lives in filth and contributes nothing but hatred to American society gets to call random low-wage workers, random fucking low-wage workers Parasites, dude. Their contributions are endless in comparison to you, my man. Jesus Christ. What the fuck have you contributed? You don't do anything. If there's anyone that could be adequately considered a parasite, it would be the guy who just fucking sits around and just goes, yeah, based over Donald Trump videos. It's mind-boggling to me.
And there's an even newer clip. All the comments saying you're a Nazi. Now, is Twitch okay with this? Is this his final solution? This is low-key some Adolf. This is just like, guys, this is just like Adolf Hitler. This is, listen, maybe this works on Reddit, but it doesn't work anywhere else. Why don't we have a state?
100% does. In the fucking real world, which Asmongold will never actually go out and encounter other human beings, for the most part, because he never leaves his filthy-ass home, okay? But in the real world, of course, someone would absolutely turn around and go, what do you mean being called a Nazi for saying Adolf Hitler style shit is like, what are you doing here? You can't be defending your fucking statements like this. Go ahead, dude. Go to any fucking community. Run around talking about like these guys are parasitic. The Klan rally that you might attend would be the only appropriate place where you can say shit like this. Sure, the average American is certainly can be very racist, okay? Especially towards migrants, especially towards black and Muslim migrants. Certainly. Having said that, the moment that you start talking about how Hitler is based, I don't think most Americans are going to be on board with that. Okay? Look at Hassan, meat riding Asmongold for the 300th day in a row. Does it feel like the walls are closing in a little bit on your daddy? On a person that you consider to be this idealistic intellectual? Is that why you guys keep coming in here and crying? Is that what it is? That there is like maybe a fraction of the scrutiny on the shit that he says on a daily basis, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, you guys, why are you paying attention to him? I don't know. Why are you so scared? Better yet, why is he so scared to have a conversation with someone like myself, for example? That post also got like 800 upvotes in 3 minutes. Reddit is for bots. Oh, it's super, super botted. With the numbers of viewers and subs, it seems like the walls are closing in here. With the numbers of viewers and subs, it seems like the walls are closing in here. What kind of narrative building is this? I've stayed consistently around the same exact fucking numbers for the past year, while also simultaneously retaining the same number of subscribers. How many fucking subscribers does Asmongold have? The fuck? Do you honestly think this is an own? You're like, wow, dude, look at you with your 44,000 subscribers. Like, oh no, I am a victim, dude. You caught me. I know he'll turn around and say, yeah, it's because I don't actually farm for subs. Yeah, neither do I any longer, which is part of the reason why I went from 50K to 44K. But once again, why the fuck does it matter to you? You're just a random dude. Why are you fucking riding? Why are you dick riding for another dude? Used to be a fan of Asman back when he made gaming content. Nowadays, 100% of his content is politically biased and caters to white nationalists. He loves to fan the flames of anything conservative because he knows that is where his money comes from. At the end of the day, I doubt most of the things he says he even really stands behind. It's all about how much of that specific audience he can make like-minded content for. No, 100%. I've been saying that. It's not like he's shy about admitting it either. He just openly will say he's only self-interested and he will say whatever is actually beneficial for him. That's precisely the reason why he's changed his mind about a lot of the stuff that, you know, public consciousness is shifted on. The only reason why he keeps leaning into the fucking racism stuff is because he sees that the most commonly in his own subreddit and on Twitter. And he actually has a false assessment here. He genuinely thinks that because this kind of narrative is actually a lot more popular and overemphasized on the internet, that it's actually a narrative that is gaining momentum or popularity still, the anti-immigrant stuff that he's doing. It's not. Yeah, flexing another man's accomplishments remains the lamest shit. These guys have no shame. Dude, they are fucking K-pop stans. That's what's so crazy. Imagine being a K-pop stan for a fucking Asmongold. At least K-pop stans, at least K-pop artists are hot. You know, at least like you can listen to their music. You're over here standing for this fucking creature, brother. Holy fuck. Jesus. Yeah, you're also like a grown-ass man too. God damn.
Where we bring in 50 million illegal immigrants. We will send every illegal immigrant to one state, and we'll see what it's like after 10 years. That's right.
Buddy, that state is called California, and it's got the 5th highest GDP in the fucking world.
That's a great point. The reason why California's GDP is so high is because of illegal aliens. It's not because of all the businesses that are trillion-dollar businesses.
Okay. I don't understand. The California argument is actually not wrong. And who the fuck do you think works in the businesses? Like, do you think the entire businesses that exist in this country are comprised? Like, every single business in California is just, there's no migrants working there, undocumented or documented alike.
It's not because of Silicon Valley. Oh, no, of course not. It's actually because of the illegal aliens.
So fucking stupid. You don't know a single fact about literally anything.
That's right. Of course.
As opposed to what?
I think we need to shut off agriculture in its entirety. California doesn't just have Silicon Valley, even though Silicon Valley heavily relies on H-1B visas, but that's not even what we're going to be talking about here. We're talking about agriculture. California has a robust agricultural output, and the agricultural output is entirely with migrant workers, okay? It's kept up with migrant workers, both seasonal workers and migrant workers that have the proper documentation, and also undocumented migrant workers as well. Okay? No more food. Now, of course, yeah, the agriculture is a $60 billion business a year in California. Now, regardless, the proper solution here is not to deport migrants, or the argument here isn't, oh, well, migrants are actually working these low-wage jobs that American citizens would never take on. So obviously we need to keep having a steady flow of basically slave labor that's coming into the fucking country. That's not the argument, or at least that's not my solution. Okay? I understand that the two-tiered labor system actually depresses wages for the domestic labor force as well. And the adequate solution here is to create wage parity and the proper documentation given to every single migrant worker. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's the only effective solution. But of course, all these guys want to do is the final solution. Why? Because they're fucking coping, okay? Asmongold has experienced tremendous success for a incompetent shithead who doesn't really know too much, okay? He is the success story. There's a reason why a lot of people love him and praise him like he is their god, because they're also the sweaty, unwashed losers who still sit at home in their parents' house and just spend most of their time after sucking the man's dick on a daily basis. They come home, they crack open a can of fucking Budweiser beer, and they watch Asmongold talk shit about migrants. It is coming from a place of unimaginable insecurity. The notion that your life is fucking dog shit and you have nothing to look forward to, but at least there's a guy out there who resembles your most awful qualities who's actually succeeding, right? And that's the reason why they fucking celebrate this man like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. That's it. And one of the main points of propaganda here is, of course, to say, hey, you know what? My life is shit, but it's probably because there's brown people out there who are actually ruining this country. My life is shit because of random Guatemalans. My life is shit because random Somali people live on U.S. soil. It's not. It's not. Your life is shit because of capitalism. You won't recognize it. You will never recognize it. And you've been duped. You've been duped from the start, and you refuse to understand the system. So you just keep looking for a group of people that are more vulnerable that you can bully. That's what playground bullies do. And that's what a big driver for right-wing sentiment is. It's the same exact childlike attitude. Kid gets bullied at home, has a fucking shitty home life. Father is beating the fuck out of him. He goes to the playground and he tries to beat on all the little kids that are smaller than he is. Why is that kid doing that at the playground? He's doing it because his life fucking sucks and he wants to universalize the pain for others. He's doing it because that makes the playground bully feel strong, okay? Constantly punching down. And that's what it is. It's most like when it's reduced to its bare bones, the major driver for this kind of like white nationalist sentiment is the fucking insecurity that comes from having a pathetic life that does not match the dreams that you set out for yourself when you were 12 years old. That's it. None of these guys actually have achieved a level of success that they're comfortable with in their own lives. So they're constantly looking for other people that they can basically cyberbully on the internet. And that somehow makes them feel better about themselves. And he is a perfect vessel for this kind of anxiety. He's a perfect vessel for this kind of animosity, this kind of anger, because he's the fucking random loser who made it, right? In their eyes, he is a god. Because they live under similar circumstances, because they can't, improve their living circumstances, because they're stuck working shit jobs and they hate their fucking lives and have very little free time to themselves. And the free times that the modicum of free time that they have to themselves, they spend watching Asmongold, consistently telling them like, yeah, everything sucks because of brown people, black people. You're fighting a non-existent enemy. You're not doing anything by pointing out one if thousands and preaching. You're fighting a non-existent enemy. Then why does it hurt your feelings so much?